Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to AnTalk, the weekly comic conversation. And what the hell did I just watch? So, DC Warner Brothers has a new animated feature that came out recently, Batman and Harley Quinn. Done very much in the style of the iconic Batman the Animated Series that came out in the 90s. This film really uses that cartoon art style of that show and era, but with a modern day gleam. Batman is voiced by Kevin Conroy like he is in the animated series and countless other animated Batman roles. Lauren Lester voices Nightwing, another from back in the original show. And Harley Quinn is voiced by Melissa Rauch, newcomer to the character. The story itself is pretty simple and straightforward. Batman and Nightwing are after Poison Ivy and Floronic Man, who are posing a global threat in that they want pretty much to turn all of Earth and everyone on it into plant life. So needing some type of lead, Batman and Nightwing seek out Harley Quinn, who's been keeping a very low profile, knowing she's very close friends with Ivy. So you figure, yeah, that's a pretty odd team up between Batman and Harley, two polar opposites. I'm sure some weird stuff could happen. I just had no idea how weird and over the top and absurd some of this stuff could actually be. This little hour and 15-minute animated film is something else, to say the least. This has some of the most off-the-wall and just weirdest humor to come out of anything Batman I've ever seen. You might expect that with Harley being a main character here, but man, this is weird. I wasn't even a fan of some of the jokes, but the way some of the characters react and what they say is so absurd I couldn't help but just bust out laughing. I heard this movie was a little weird, but I was actually surprised at some of the decisions that were made. Do not go into this trying to take it too serious. That will totally ruin it for you. This movie takes itself serious enough not to be just a straight up comedy. That would have been a disaster. But the fact that this movie seems very self-aware and is even very meta at times, and has quite a few references to things in the past, it really helps things out. I wouldn't go as far as to say this is genius, but if you go into this with the right mindset, you might actually get a kick out of it. I'll try my best to explain what to expect without getting over detailed or spoilery, but I might have to refer to a certain scene or joke to get my point across. First off, the voice acting is all pretty good. Kevin Conroy, I think, actually has a pretty good performance here. Lester is Nightwing. You can hear the aging in his voice, but it's not distracting and he still does a good job. Harley Quinn's voice, though, actually had to grow on me a little. I wasn't sure how I felt about it at first, but after a few scenes, I was pretty on board. And Kevin Michael Richardson does the voice of Floronic Man. And he's done a ton of voice acting, but every time I hear him, I think of Principal Lewis from American Dad. So for me, that only enhanced the comedic aspect of this. The animation is pretty well done. Like I already said, it's that classic throwback to the animated series, but done more modern. Even has the red sky from season 4. But what really makes this film memorable, for better or worse, depending on who you are, was the weird choices that were made. Me personally, I kind of enjoyed it. It was entertaining, it was very different, something I would have never expected to see. Some of it worked, some of it didn't, but some of the weird and randomness of it really had me watching with my jaw dropped at times and just busting out laughing. I would say this is for a little more mature crowd, not like 18 and up, but not necessarily for young kids. Harley Quinn, as most of us know, is a loose cannon. She may be smart, but she is crazy, she's loud, likes to talk, and likes to ignore or break down people's boundaries. Pairing that with Batman's personality, which we know is very serious, no BS, no smiles. Throughout the movie, some funny things happen. And Nightwing, he's kind of in the middle. He takes the job serious like Batman, but he really hasn't lost enjoyment of life, making him a little more down to earth. And one of the craziest things that happens in this movie, spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1, Nightwing and Harley hook up in this. Now that may sound weird and I won't get too detailed. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then see it for yourself. But when it happened, I was like, what the fuck? Yes, this actually feels kind of like fan fiction. But like I said, this movie is very self-aware. And to be completely honest, and to its credit, it actually works a lot better than what they try to do in The Killing Joke, which was a disgrace. This situation, and the way it comes about, actually seems a lot more plausible than one could have imagined, really. If you want to take chances, this is how you do it. Not like in The Killing Joke. Even in the aftermath, when Batman shows up to find out what they've been up to, the reactions are hilarious. And then from there on, you get a lot of this weird humor throughout, and I can see a lot of people not really enjoying it, which is okay. So here's one joke that was pretty out there. Another quick spoiler. They are all in the Batmobile, and Harley has to use the bathroom. Batman won't pull over, so she says, okay, you asked for it. Then she farts, which is gross, and to me that joke did not land in seriously fart jokes. But Nightwing starts freaking out about the smell, and Batman says,
it's not so bad. Smells like discipline.
I was like, what? And I just busted out laughing. So that's just a hint of the weird stuff that happens. There's even a song performance, a bar fight. Poison Ivy and Floronic Man basically do psychedelics. This is something else. They even poke fun at how a lot of people assume Batman and Robin, in this case Nightwing, don't necessarily like girls. There's really not a whole lot more I can say about it without giving everything away. Like I said, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't and want to see it for yourself, do so. But do it with the right mindset. Don't take it too seriously or it'll ruin the fun you didn't even know you wanted to have. In my opinion, it does not tarnish anything that's come before it. It pays homage or homage to the animated series, but is very much its own thing. So if this isn't your thing and you didn't really like it or it rubbed you the wrong way, I get it. You might, it's out there. But to get mad about it and act like this shouldn't exist or it's a disgrace, you know, get a life. And honestly, it's interesting to see how Harley Quinn and her larger-than-life personality start to break down the guard of Batman as time goes on, and you see a little bit of the personality that she brings out of him, but it never betrays the character of Batman. She also brings a simple, common-sense perspective that even Batman and Nightwing may have overlooked. So really, underneath the weird humor, it's actually kind of interesting from a character study standpoint, which is another reason I'm glad I checked it out. So if you've seen it or you're gonna check it out, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching AnTalk, the weekly comic conversation. Take care. Hey guys, did you like this video? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, click right here on this icon to become a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber, don't forget to ring that bell so you can stay updated with all my videos. And if you want to see another video just like this one, click right here. And as always, thanks for watching AnTalk, the weekly comic conversation.